Hi, this is Michelle with Treecat Software, and I'd like to show you a video about how I do my cross-listing using Treecat. So the first thing you want to do is go to the app. Click on right here, this button, go to app. And the first thing you have to do is find the item that you're interested in cross-listing. I like to use a filter. That's this button right here next to search, the filter next to the search button. And I look at items that are listed on eBay, but not listed on Mercari and Poshmark, because I personally start my listings first on eBay, and then I import them to Treecat to cross-list them on Mercari and Poshmark. Of course, you could do it differently. You could start on Mercari, and you could cross-list on eBay and Poshmark, or you could start on Poshmark and cross-list to eBay and Mercari. It's up to you. But for this presentation, I'll show you that I'm going to search for the items listed on eBay, not Mercari and Poshmark, and I'm going to apply that filter to search for my items. And I see that there is an item that I can cross-list. And you might want to make sure you clean up your photos if you have too many photos there. Sometimes extra photos get put in when we are merging all three platforms. So anyways, the first thing I'm going to do is click on eBay and see that I have all my information in there. And then I want to tell Treecat that I want to copy the item. So down here on the bottom, there's this row of little buttons, and copy item, this blue one right here, copy item, is the one that I want to do. So I start from eBay, and you know you're starting from eBay because it's green. It's this little eBay icon up here is green. And so that's the one you know you're on, because if you are on one of these, it's red, which means it has no information, but eBay does have the information. So that's where I'm at. Now I know where I'm at, so I go and I click copy item, this blue button right here, copy item. So I copy the item, and I'm telling it that I want to copy the information from eBay to both Mercari and to Poshmark, and they turn green when I do that. And then you click the copy button. Now that the information's been copied, I want to go and check it out. So I'm going to start here, up here, and I'm going to click on the Mercari button. And I can see that it transferred the product name, it transferred the description, the price, but I have to select the category. So I know it's in the women's category. The subcategory is probably underwear. I'm going to go with underwear here. And I'm going to say other for the subcategory. The color is black, and I see it right there, but if let's say it wasn't right there, you could type in BLA and it would get you to black. The size is size D, which is equivalent to a size large. So I'm going to select large. And I'm going to go back a step. Here under the description, I need to make some changes. So if there are any grammatical changes that you see that you need to make, you can do that here. Any little grammatical changes or anything like that, you can do that at this point, at any point really. And after you make these changes, it's a really good idea to click this button up here on the right, this green button that says Save Changes. Just click Save Changes, and you can save that. You can do that as many times as you want, or you can just do it at the very end, but I'm always afraid that I'll forget. So I just do it when I think, oh, this might be a good time to save changes. So I'm going to save changes. Okay. So going back to, we did price, we did category, we did subcategory, subcategory, color, size, and shipping method. The shipping method is standard shipping. And the shipping carrier in this case is USPS. And the buyer pays, in my case, I have the buyer pay for shipping. And this item will ship in a poly mailer that's around, oops, no, it doesn't weigh. It weighs about, I'd say 8 ounces. And it'll go in a poly mailer that's around 10, 8, and 2. I'm going to select the condition, which is like new, and I'm going to add my hashtags. So Spanx, fishnets, or just fishnet. And I'm going to put the size. And I'm going to save my changes, go back and save my changes. You're also going to want to put the brand in here, but we haven't enabled that yet. So here at the very bottom, you see it says brand and it's grayed out. By the time you see this, this probably won't be grayed out anymore. So make sure you put your brand in there and then go ahead and save your changes. Now, I'm all set for Mercari, so I'm going to move on to Poshmark. So I'm going to click the Poshmark button. And again, I'm going to see, oh, the product name is in there. Great. I might have to make some slight tweaks to my grammar. And this did this because in my eBay listing, I used bullets. And so it doesn't do bullets, and so I have to change things. So I'm going to have to at some point stop using bullets on eBay. Anyways, I'm just going to save the changes right up here. And we'll make sure the price is in there, the original price, and the category, women, subcategory, it's intimates and sleepwear, and shapewear. Size category is standard, US sizing, size variation. These are large because they're size D, so they're equivalent to large. Colors, again, if you don't see black, you can just type it in, and there you go. Brand name, Spanx. And it is not new with tags. I'm going to put my style name tags in there. Spanx, fishnet, and size D. And I'm going to save my changes. Make sure you save your changes. That's super important. Save your changes when you're done. All right, so now that I have all the information input properly into these two platforms, I'm going to go down to the very bottom here where it says actions, and I'm going to list. Click list. It doesn't matter right now that I happen to be on Poshmark. It'll list to both of them since I chose both of them. So click this button right here, list. And I'm telling it I want to list on Mercari and I want to list on Poshmark. And they both turned to green when I selected them, right? So I know that those are the two platforms that it will list on. Now, when I click this button right here, the list button, it's going to execute those actions. So when you see this little bubble right here, that's telling you that the list is happening. And it's happening on Poshmark, and it's also happening on Mercari. And if you wanted to see precisely what's happening, you can click on events. So this button here at the very, very bottom, green button, bottom of the right-hand side, events. You click on events, and it shows you what's happening in real time. So you can see it's started to execute the listing here on Poshmark, and here on Mercari. So some time has elapsed and both of my items have successfully listed. And I know that because the bubble no longer appears. Both of my icons have green around them. And I see in the events that Mercari listing was successful and the Poshmark listing was successful. So there you have it. That's a cross listing that we've done using Treecat. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.